Kevin Bird. The company is Crystal Edge Technology Screens. Today, I told you I wanted to do this since yesterday, but I had some things that came up and I just really couldn't get around to them. On top of that, the videos and the testing with the new product. So there's a lot that had to be done. So, I've seen demonstrations of people trying to match their products to TVs. Now, we did that, and I'm going to post a link of the 12 versus this TV right here on white levels. And also versus white levels on the 12 versus white levels on the TV. We did that one already. So we haven't done a demonstration on 10 gray screen paint mixes, including our Digital One Crystal screen paint, which is actually painted on that large screen. That is our product, the one we made for free. We showed you online. That right there is the original Digital One Crystal screen paint, right there for our company, our old company. And I'll put some links below of me actually painting the screen and beta testers that work with their company under Digital One Crystal screen paint. All right, so I'm going to put all these up here. We're going to put a Starfield demonstration on the TV and see if they match. All right, so first things first, let me make sure I got the remote controls for both units. I got the one for down there on the floor. We need the one for over top. Gotta find that one. That's the one we're missing. Oh, it's in my pocket. Sorry about that. I had it actually in my pocket. So, as I said before, I used to develop gray screen paints back in the day, 8 years ago. And what changed my mind was getting a sample sheet from Screen Innovation, seeing exactly how that dark technology was able to pull all that color and contrast that my screen wasn't doing. And that's what caused me to change my path. All right, so let's begin. We'll take, let's see, what mix matches our screen? Actually, what doesn't make a difference? Our product matches more this one. We need to put both of them up there. So that's our Digital One Crystal screen paint product. Mind you, like I said, this screen right here that we have is 8 years old. So we developed this stuff 8 years ago. That's how it is. The reason why we don't make it anymore is because I showed you the demonstration of it next to our black screen. Yeah, there's a big difference. That's why we don't make it anymore. All right, so we got the remote control in hand. First things first, let's go with YouTube on this one because we got to synchronize these both for black screens. Let's go over, I need to go to YouTube. That's what I need to do. Go to my menu. All right, there we go. Get my menu real quick. And we just simply got to display one thing, just a Starfield demonstration. All we have to do. Starfield Screensaver. All right, we got to go around her because she doesn't understand what we're saying right now. So we're going to go to Starfield Screensavers right there. Mind you, right next to Crow's product, this is our 8-year-old screen paint. So giving us commercials. All right, we'll muddle through. All right, there we go. Now, that's Starfield on a gray screen paint, including ours. All right. And this is the one for the TV. Starfield Screensaver.
Getting that from YouTube.
Interesting. You can get it on there. You can get on one. This is why we don't make the product anymore. When I had the sample sheet from Black Diamond on how dark that screen was, how the colors were popping, contrasts are popping, white levels look amazing. The contrast is everything. People want to replace your TV, get a projection screen. Well, guess what? That's what you're going to pick up. This is why we have black and dark screens throughout the entire house, because those screens pick up contrast levels and colors much better. The only way you're going to be pick up an image close to that TV, you got to be so dark. And I'm pretty sure when you're on the TV, you don't come in your house, you don't black out your curtains, you don't turn out your lights, you don't do any of that when you basically have a TV. You just turn it on regardless, because in the back of your mind, you always know that if you turn the TV on, fade or wash out, that's unheard of on a TV. So why in the world would you spend all this money for a projector just to sit in the dark? There you go. There's the biggest wake-up call on the face of the planet. Got a $4,000 projector and you're sitting in the dark. With a 2,000,000 to 1 contrast. Think about that. That's why I told you, when they do demonstrations comparing to TVs, what do they do? Bright colors all the time. Can't do a contrast level like this. You know why? Your screen will wash out. Now, if I put this upstairs next to our black screen, guess what? It'll match. And before you say, well, what about white levels? We did it already. We did that 2 months ago. I told you we run every, and we did it on a 12. I'll post that below so you can check that out if you want. And also too, I will post down the company I used to have under Digital and Crystal Screen Paint. You can look at the mark stamp on it, on the date on it. It's 8 years ago. So if we stopped making this stuff because it was old and it was outdated compared to the screen innovation technology, what do you think this is? I think I was able to make the product and then basically match the screen, because we did it already. We were making this stuff back 8 years ago. There you go. You can gander at that for a while. There's no point in you having a 22,000 to 1 or a 50,000 to 1 on your projector. You'll never use it. You can't use contrast at all, period. Your screen can't see it. That's what I've been telling y'all for years. Your screen can't. Nice and personal. Right there. Put that up there so I can remember where I put it at. Now, when it comes to his UV mix, it can pick up a somewhat contrast level. Next to a black screen Nova? No, it doesn't pick up a black level next to a Nova. Novas are jet black. But the sad thing about it is, and I'll put the link below, we did the demonstration, the test demonstration, when we took a white screen, put the UV mix against it, and took white sheets and put it against our black screen and showed white levels, our screen was able to produce a higher white level than the UV mix came out dirty. I'll put that link below because, like I said, we have tests to back up everything. Well, we can't do that there because there's no projector head in it. That's a duh on me. There we go. Reason why companies and corporations in the projection screen home theater field make dark screens because of the contrast levels. Contrast is everything when it comes to a screen. If it wasn't important on your projector, they would say, well, it has a 22,000 to 1 white level. It doesn't say that. It says contrast. Why do you think OLED spent all this money on a black screen? If you came back from my era where I came from, screens used to be gray. I came from an era where we used to have TV tubes in the back. The repairman would come in and pull out a tube and replace it with a new one. That's the era I came from. And the screens were a light gray, bubble-like light gray, heavy as I don't know what. And then down through time, they became flatter and sharper and darker and darker and darker until now you have the OLEDs, which are super dark jet black screens. This is old technology. And I got my own stuff laying against it, and I'm telling you, it's old. Now, if you look at the ultralight gray technology, we can back that up because we have live demonstrations. Again, test demonstrations under a gray screen paint, the only one of its kind that can see a contrast level that turns dark when the projector hits it, that can pull up brighter and more vivid colors next to gray screen paints and primer. That's what separates that product from everybody else. It even separates the product from this right here we used to make 8 years ago. But even then, if a customer comes in and buys and he says, what's the best you got? What about the ultralight gray? And I says, well, it's a mid-level screen. If you go in and check the category on the screen, it says mid-class screen, which means it's considered to be the white projection screen out of our technology. That's why it's so cheap. Much like a white projection screen, much like a light gray projection screen. But when you get to the darker screens, they cost a little more money. Only difference is that when it comes to our screens, like our gunmetal screens, we got proof of our screens beating $4,000 and $5,000 projection screens easily. There you go. Color red. Color red. See, I knew it was going to bring up color red. Color blue. Color blue. Camera's not gonna pick that up all so well. There we go. Yeah, I gotta be up on it because the camera's not gonna pick it up. Remember, it's an LCD TV. And that may have a problem picking up a blue next to a black screen. So I may have to keep that in contrast only. But you can't full contrast. LG Beta Fish. LG Beta Fish. Now, like I said, OLED TVs, when they display these videos, they're made dark so they can display how black the screens are. See if we can do them both at the same time without getting a commercial in there. Can't believe I got that. Usually I never get that right. There you go. That's why when I show you the demonstration on a gray screen, you don't understand. It's designed, anytime you see an OLED demonstration, that background is designed to be jet black. It's a display, a demo for the OLED TV. Gray screens, these mixes can't pick it up. The paint that we made 8 years ago can't pick it up. Crow's product can't pick it up. But if I switch it over to one of these black screens in the house, these dark gray screens, especially oh my goodness, the Elitist, it'll pick it up with no problem because it can read a contrast level. That's how it's supposed to look, just like that. And that's why anytime somebody tries to do a demonstration on one of these screens, they turn the lights out. Except for the difference is, in our demonstrations, we didn't turn the lights out when it came to the contrast levels. We kept them on. Because the whole purpose of me developing Digital One Crystal Screen Paint was to develop a screen paint that can be used with the lights on when everybody was turning the lights off in their demonstrations. But I really didn't see the flaws in my technology until I got a chance to see a screen from Screen Innovation. And when I saw that dark technology, I saw things I never saw before on a screen before. And from the technology we developed from that, that's the reason why we got the attention of that big company that emailed us and said that our product had potential. Unlike other people here that never even received any emails at all. Let me explain something too really quick. And I did address this already before in a video earlier today. Actually, this morning. And it's just the ongoing dumb things that people do. And I guess they don't have a grasp on how things work in the actual real world. This person will understand what I mean when I say this. Anytime you're issued a contract, any form of documents, NDA, it could be anything to do with negotiations, anything involves a document. There is always a draft to that document because they're going to have to send that draft to that party so they can read over it, because there may be options they may want to change in the draft before they finalize and they send it out. So therefore, we don't have a draft yet. And if we don't have a draft, you don't have a document. That's how the real world works. But we will be recording that video that you made. And then we will actually, when we finally get our draft from our attorneys, we will basically show the draft on YouTube and see if he had deleted it already. Because he has a habit of doing that. When he gets caught, he deletes videos. So, anybody knows anything about documents and paperwork automatically knows from the door that a draft has to be presented, because there could be things on a contract that you may not like, and you might be things you might want to change. That's why they give you the draft. Once you read over the draft, you change things back and forth, go through a few negotiations, they finalize, they come down to the final, and then that's what gets signed, that's what gets notarized, that becomes locked and set in the stone. Apparently, this person does not understand how paperwork actually works. So there's no way in the world you could have a document from our attorneys if I didn't receive a draft yet, because there's things in the draft and that document as they're drawing it up that I have to add in there, and they have to talk to me first before they send it out. I have to sign on it. So that's how I know you don't have it. But we're going to record that video that you made, so we have a document of that video before you delete it, so we can match it with the document that we will finally receive from the attorneys when everything is finalized. It's sad, the lengths that people will go. All right, so you can see already from there. Let's do this one right here. LG Jazz.
Getting that from YouTube.
LG Jazz.
Getting that from YouTube. A travel credit card to help you build a
All right, we're gonna pause it there.
Prepare to find
LG Jazz.
getting that from YouTube.
I told you, the background of an OLED is always dark. And this is a demonstration they like to do with the lights off. They constantly do this one with the lights out. That repeat sounds horrible. Bright levels, they can pick up. Contrast, they will not. Let me get you a little closer. There we go. So you can see the contrast levels when they pop up, doesn't show up on the gray screen. There we go. You see the flames come up? It's a black background. New York City, screensaver. New York City, screensaver, night. We got commercials on both of them. See which one ends faster. All right, that's going to give me theirs first. This is going to give me theirs next. Okay, good. So the LG Jazz demonstration is the one they use the most because that's the one that say, hey, look, I'm picking up content. Now, demonstrations like the New York City night scene, very hard to pick up. Starfield demonstration, extremely hard to pick up. OLED, any kind of OLED black demonstration with the majority of the background is going to be jet black, extremely hard to pick up. That's why when I show the demonstration on this screen, their screens, and I say, look how much contrast is missing. Then I show it on my screen. I say, look how much contrast they're supposed to receive. Now we show you on the TV. They show you exactly, literally how much contrast they have lost off the screen compared to a TV. Because the TV is going to pick up contrast regardless. This is why got to remember to cut Wi-Fi off in here because it's all bugging here. There's gonna be a bad day for me. It's a bad day every day, but I deal with it. But anyway, as I said before, that people want TVs. They want a projection screen as close to a TV as possible. They want something they can set up and they can watch it in a fully lit environment. They don't have to be subjected to the dark. They don't have to worry about the colors washing out. They don't have to worry about the contrast levels dropping on the screen. They don't have to worry about none of that nonsense. This stuff is old. Even our stuff is on. It's old. 8 years old. Long day today, people. I got to process orders, get them done for the day. There you go. Now, like I said, and I'll say this in every demonstration, if the individual feels that I have done him wrong in this demonstration, he is more than welcome to match or better the demonstration in a fully lit environment. I have to explain that because corner cutters will find ways to cut corners any way they possibly can. Any way they can. Now let me show you something here. TLC, 4K demonstration. I'll show you why they stick to bright colors. TLC, 4K demonstration. As you see, when I do demonstrations, we display everything. Even on the black screen, we display white levels, contrast, the whole 9 yards, everything. You don't pick and choose certain videos because it's going to make your screen look good. See? Told you. I know all these tricks, man. I've been in the business for a long time. I know all the tricks. All little tricks that he pulls and cutting corners, I know them already. You can read it a mile away. If you look at his videos, you can read it a mile away. He does the exact same thing every single time. Anytime he displays the screen, if he's going to try to show it off, that it produces the same image as his screen. Look, my screen print can match a TV. Well, ours can too. And ours was made 8 years ago. We can match a TV. We can also pull the same faded contrast levels too. Big deal. And my product is 8 years old. Years old. Yep. Yeah, my tea. And I'm blending your screen. At that. With an 8-year-old screen paint. That's why they do the bright colors. Let's get another one real quick. Let's go with Skyworth food demonstration. Skyworth food demonstration. Now, I'll show you something. What was skipped? Skyworth food demonstration. What was skipped in that demonstration was the intro. When the intro comes on, they show it counting down from 1 to 5. That area on the intro is jet black. He wouldn't have been able to pull that image up next to a TV. Even in a dark environment, the TV would have pulled up a heavier contrast level. That's why he skipped that and started in the middle where they were working with the vegetables and the fruits and stuff like that. He deliberately skipped that because if he had did that demonstration, when the intro came on, his screen wouldn't have been able to pick up the contrast level. As I'm about to show you right now. So let's make sure we got it here. Let's make sure we got it here. There you go. See? It wouldn't be able to pick up the intro. It wouldn't be able to pick up the intro. The intro is jet black. Now see where his Metallica Mix 2.0 right here, that's the Metallica Mix 2, how dark it's coming up next to our screen paint, next to his personal mix. And the personal mix is blended to our screen. There you go. See how easy that is to do? I can do it over here. I don't need a $4,000 projector. Did the exact same thing. So let's stick to the bright colors because the bright colors are going to pull the images up. That's the reason why when he started the video, we started the video in the middle. If that intro had popped up, that TV would have automatically pulled a higher contrast level and the screen would have came up faded. He avoided that part. And speaking of being able to pick up a proper image, let's pause right there. And let's go back to this over here. Because your Metallica mix isn't doing so well against the screen. Let's go see what the UV mix got. So that's your UV mix versus my Digital One Crystal Screen Paint made 8 years ago. Yep. But now, you didn't, like I said, easiest thing to be able to do, like I said before, when they do these demonstrations, they will keep it on the high bright colors. Because like I said, that's the best way they can camouflage the screen. They're not going to do any contrast levels. That's why when he did the demonstration on the vehicle that was driving, he skipped the intro. On the intro, it shows Los Angeles, California. It shows a black screen when it basically was the intro. He's completely skipped that. So let's come out of here real quick. Let's come out of here real quick. I got the... Now the reason why I say him, because no company does this. There's no company that does this nonsense. At all, period. Outer space screensaver. As a matter of fact, cancel. Fireworks display, 4K. No, gray screens, unless they have color coding technology, it's the only way you're going to be to see a black level. And before you go, oh, but that's not true. Well, again, I do all my videos live. And if I say I've done something, I have the video to back it up. So I will be posting that below of the ultralight gray versus primer versus his product and doing contrast demonstrations, including a star field. Also, I will be posting below the 12 versus a TV we did 2 months ago on white levels, not contrast, white levels. Like I said, doesn't make a difference what kind of projector you got. I got a Chrissy projector behind me, 4300 lumen Chrissy projector. That don't mean jack. If the screen doesn't see contrast, the projector doesn't see it. Doesn't make a difference if you got the most expensive projector in the world. If your screen can't pick it up, your projector is useless. It's nothing but a paperweight. You're only getting 30% of your projector, that's it. It's kind of like you go into the store to buy a projector and they just give you half of it in the box because that's all you're going to use. It's just half of it. Wow. And the rocket's red flare, keep on bursting in air, get true to the night that our flag was still there. Nah. Yeah, come on now. When you cut corners, you get caught cutting corners. I know all these intros that come on these demos like the back of my hand. I know them. I play them from front to back. And I know for a fact that when you display a video, you're supposed to display it from the beginning. Not cut it in the middle and then do the demonstration from there, because that means you're hiding something. There's something there that you're cutting over. So when I saw the demonstration of him doing it against a TV showing quality, what happened to the intro when it comes on? Can't show the intro because the screen of the TV is going to pull up a 100% black level and your screen's not going to be able to do it. So you switch right over to the bright, beautiful colors because they come up better. That is the Elitist. And they're not even jet black. They're actually bronze. So you can see the difference in the black levels. Now, a Nova, on the other hand, is jet black. Signature 17s are jet black. Gunmetals are darker than these right here. But even the Elite pulls up a much better contrast level than a gray screen paint. Interesting. And this is the reason why that we don't really design, we don't put all our faith into a great screen paint. We don't. This is the black technology on the other end. We got to paint it on both sides. You know that, right? That's a Nova on the other side. That's the reason why when I saw the sample sheet of Screen Innovations technology, that's what made me decide to basically start working with darker technology. That's why. Because in my head, and I'll argue not, in my head, I thought that gray screens were the best way to go. I literally believe that. That's what I believed in my head. I believed that gray screens were the best way to go. I literally thought that I was looking at a contrast level when I looked at a gray screen. I was developing gray screen paint. I thought I was getting the best contrast levels ever when I was developing gray screen paints. Best colors when I was developing gray screen paint. Didn't really see that until that sample sheet touched my hand, and that's when my life changed after that. When I put that sample sheet against that, I was like, good gracious. My stuff was nothing compared to that technology. And instead of me spending 8 years of my life hating on it, like this individual does when it comes to our products, I learned to harness my skills to be able to develop technology close enough to it, and even at one point, even better than it. And that's how we got the email, people, and the little paper from the attorneys from them telling us to stay away from their stuff. Isn't that interesting? All right, so in the rocket's red flare, we are bursting in the air. Well, we're done here. I got orders to take care of. At least you get a chance to see the real deal. Where, bottom line is, how they fake their demonstrations. If you were going to display that screen, that individual, look at it, the black screen is still picking up from all over here. Well, actually not black, it's a gold. Still picking up. See that? Gray screen's not picking up nothing. Even the white was picking it up. And that gray screen's picking up, not picking up jack. But anyway, like I said, you know, faking your demonstration and deliberately shooting that video from the center, the middle, knowing that if that intro popped up, that counted down, that's a black intro. Your screen wouldn't have picked it up. The TV would have, but not your screen. And you skipped that and started in from the middle with the brighter colors, knowing that they were going to pick up much better on your screen versus the TV. That's what I'm talking about, Captain Corner Cutter. Captain Corner Cutter. It's the captain of cutting corners. You're supposed to start that demonstration from the beginning. I even do that with my ultralight gray screen paints. We do all contrast levels. When I'm doing a demonstration with those, what's the first thing I say? No. We're not going to do bright levels in this demonstration. We're going to do all contrast demonstrations in here because that's the way you're supposed to do it. And it's supposed to be done in a fully lit environment. There you go. Captain Corner Cutter. All right, I'm done here. I got orders to take care of, as I said before. I don't think I got to do a demonstration on the motorized projections upstairs, and really can't think of anything else I got to do today. All right, well, hope you enjoyed the demonstration. Now you know what to look for. And next time, you should be asking him again, you know, if you're going to do a demonstration and you're going to do something against the TV, show everything. All right, got to go in. God bless. Captain Corner Cutter.